So we've left Santa Ana Island behind us there, and to the right that's St. Cristobal. We're heading to Star Harbour in front of us. That's only about another 7 miles to Star Harbour. From the island of Santa Ana, we intend to visit Star Harbour, then on to Kira, the Three Sisters, Uki Ni Masi Island, then Marau Bay before crossing over to Marau Sound on Guadalcanal and Tavanipupu Resort. So it's 5 o'clock in the morning and we just left Star Harbour. It's just behind us. We came in there yesterday afternoon looking to get some fresh fruit and vegetables, put the anchor down. We were anchored in the river, we closed everything up, we put all the screens down because we were worried about the mosquitoes. And then 4 o'clock this morning, Leah says, she woke me up and she said, there's someone there, there's a boat next to us. So I've looked out the screen and there was a young guy in a launch, and it was a police launch, and 4 o'clock in the morning just going around the boat, no lights on or anything. And I says, yeah, can I help you? And he says, oh, I wonder if you can help me. I says, yeah, what is it? He said, the conversation went, oh, where are you from, what's your name? Where you going, how long are you here for, blah blah. And then he says, Paul, he says, I wonder if you can help me. I says, yeah, what? He says, do you have any hot stuff? At first I didn't twig to it. And then he says, hot stuff. I says, what's hot stuff? And then he says, do you have any alcohol? I says, no, don't drink. Do you have any smokes? I says, no, I don't smoke. And then, do you have any hot stuff? So he obviously meant porn. So the young copper, he was after porn, alcohol and smokes. I said to him, we haven't got anything, we came here to get some food and there isn't anything here, there's no fresh vegetables here. So then he said, do you have any hot stuff? He kept asking me about hot stuff. Anyway, we said no, we came here, and I says, we woke up because there's your launch going around the boat, very, very quiet, no motor on, and we couldn't work out what was happening. We were worried about people boarding the boat, stealing things from us. He goes, oh, no criminal here. And I thought, yeah, the only criminal here is the local copper. So anyway, we were leaving anyway, and we were going to leave early, so we've left even earlier now. So that's one thing, he's got us out of bed and made us leave the place. So if you come to Star Harbour, Makira Province, watch the corrupt little copper. He's there. We're on our way to Kira now. We're just motor sailing with the one engine on, just the port engine on at the moment. Only about 6 knots of wind. Just got the code 0 flying. Just helps on along a bit more. We're heading for Kira. See if we can get some internet and some fresh food there. If the Anchorage is no good, we'll just go north to the Three Sisters. It's only not far from there. And hopefully we might be able to get some food there. After our little episode with the police this morning, we're a bit wary now. We might have a police launch come out from Kira. He might have got in touch with his mates up there. Soon after anchoring in the bay at Kira, we noticed some young girls were swimming out to our boat. It was quite a long way, so we were a bit concerned, so I had to go to the market, so we picked them up and Leah took them for a ride around in the dinghy. And they were pretty happy about this and showing off to all their mates.
Southernmost island of the Three Sisters, but unfortunately there was, just as we were nearing the island, there was a big thunderstorm and it was very dark, and as we weren't too sure about the Anchorage because not many people have been there, and so we haven't got much information to go on, and therefore we couldn't see the reef properly, so we decided to leave it to another day. So instead we're heading to Uki Ni Masi Island, and we're going to anchor in a bay called Selwyn Bay, which apparently has got a big college there. Wind, so I'm making water and doing the washing as we go along. It's a bit of a time-consuming process, but I've got time now.
Drying time now. Here's the Chinese laundry. So just as we put the anchor down, we just had a quick visit from Willie and his two sons, who've just dropped these very big limes off.
They're beautiful.
They're beautiful limes, eh?
They look really nice.
Yeah. So we gave him what was it? We gave him a can of corned beef and
a small oil.
And a small oil.
Just because they were so beautiful.
Yeah. And a couple of biscuits for the kids. It's the trade at Marau Bay, where we've just anchored. Which is just overnight stop for us before we head off to Marau Sound, which is about 35 miles across the water there, where reputedly there's a very good resort which we're going to go to. Tavanipupu it's called.
Feathers in my hair and braids around my waist, I'm almost a bird. These mountain views and pink sunsets got me shedding skin. Ooh, we all strive to be more. We all long for viva la vida. Around the corner I'll meet ya, a bit lighter and freer. I'm so happy to see ya. Air fills up my lungs and it tickles Oh, what a joyful feeling. I think I'm gonna stay here under all these rays and soak up the sun. Ooh, ooh, we long for Viva la Vida. Around the corner I'll meet ya, a bit lighter and freer. I'm so happy to see ya. And we learn from our mistakes, and we grow from what breaks us. We let it take its time. We long for Viva la Vida. Around the corner I'll meet ya, a bit lighter and freer. I'm so happy to see ya. Viva la Vida. Around the corner I'll meet ya. Viva la Vida. A bit lighter.
When we arrived yesterday, we arrived in this lagoon here. It's next to Tavanipupu Resort. And there's a guy, Joe, he came out from the island and the village nearby, and he helped us anchor because it's a very restricted anchorage. There's not much swing room here. And it's a bit deceiving. I actually thought the anchorage was in the entrance where the reef's quite close together. There's a bit of a current rushing through. Anyway, he came out in his dugout and he said, anchor here. And we did, and it's really good. And then we gave him a bit of a fruit and veg order. So we got a few things from him, and we're going to expect him some more tomorrow. And yeah, he's been very helpful. And when I was talking to Joe, he said that he's been looking after all the boats that have been coming in here since 1975. So he's a small boy when he started doing that. And he keeps a diary and a logbook for all the visiting boats. So boats start entering details of their boats and where they are, and thank you very much for the people of the village for looking after them. And we're going to do the same. We're going to write a message down. He's asked us to do that and continue on with recording information about the visiting boats here.
It's a good number for Joe really, because what actually happens is that you give them a lot of things. So for example, like he helped us anchor, so we gave him a t-shirt, and then he's going to come back with fruit and vegetables, so we'll trade for that. And he did want to show us the carvings and some shells, but we're not really interested in that. But that's their high ticket items, so you have to sort of be a bit diplomatic about that. Yeah, it's just that we just really don't want any stuff. We've got lots of stuff on the boat, we just don't need any more stuff. And also you've got the problem of, I don't know whether it'll get through biosecurity. For example, if we went back to Australia or went to New Zealand or so forth, I'm not sure whether you're allowed to take those items through. Yeah.
So I'm going to make our entry in this and put our boat card in there as well, and a stamp. This small disused settlement was the retirement home of Charles and Mfanwi Humphreys, who spent some 20 years in British government service in Honiara. The island was bought from them in 1986 by an English interior decorator called Dennis Bellotti and his partner Keith Pesky, who was a gourmet chef. They developed it into a resort. The resort fell upon hard times in the late 1990s when a land dispute closed the nearby airfield. Keith passed away and it lay dormant for 10 years. Tavanipupu was once a coconut plantation in the 19th century owned by Norwegian traders who bought it off the locals for some ammunition. Tavanipupu, which was then called Crawford Island, became a large profitable trading station. Captain Oscar Svensson was a pioneer trader and planter in the Solomon Islands, and he became known as Captain Marau after his first trading station here at Marau Sound. His brother Theodore joined him. Another pair of Norwegian brothers, the Nerdrums, also joined their company. They all financed much of their early business by selling guns and ammunition under the muse that Norway had given them permission to trade in these items. An American woman, Pamela Kimberley, became the new owner in 2008, and the island became better known when the royals, Will and Kate, visited and stayed there for a night in 2012. Since 2015, the resort has been owned by a Solomon Islands superannuation fund. We heard that some of the traders' old gravestones were partly hidden in the long grass on the island, so we went in search of them.
Oh.
Dennis. So he owned the resort?
He's the one that built up this resort.
He's the one who built it up?
Yeah.
Okay, so what year did he die?
2015.
2015, that's quite recent. And he was here for how long?
Almost 20 years.
I was here for 20 years, okay. Thomas Gustav Hawley. So he's from Coventry in England, the Midlands. Died August 1899, aged 39.
Yeah.